So you saw the review. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. You saw the review of the Unicorn, and I love this thing. I can't say enough good stuff about it. But there are a couple things that I don't like, I'm going to say. And we're going to attack those in today's video. So the first thing I'm going to tell you straight up about this is the white. This is a nylon white plastic. It's kind of a matte finish, and it just sucks in grease and dirt. So I'm constantly wiping this thing down, trying to keep it from turning brown and dingy. But it's still, you can see it starting to just collect whatever it touches. Grease, dirt, grime just gets stuck to it. So I'm going to do something. I'm going to try and do something today. Today I'm going to try and put some color on this thing. And we're going to dye it. It's nothing new. A lot of people do this stuff, but I haven't tried it yet, so I'm going to give it a whirl. We'll see what we can do. I'm going to put some color on this thing and see if that kind of seals the nylon a little bit and maybe makes it less obvious that it's getting dirty, because that's the only thing. I mean, I haven't even used this thing outside, and it still just collects grime just from your hands. So either way, we'll go ahead and do that. The second thing I'm going to address is you have to hold the priming handle, the grip, forward while you're shooting it. If you leave it like that and you pull the trigger, it won't fire. And that's because there's a slam fire mechanism in the trigger group that prevents it from firing until this slide is all the way forward. And if you push the slide all the way forward and start to pull the trigger, the tension of the trigger spring actually pulls this back. So you have to hold it by hand. So we're going to fix that today. I'm going to show you. It's really simple. I already checked out the mechanism. It's simple fix. So we're going to attack those two things. The third thing I'm going to do is the factory magazines are long. See, they stick out pretty far. So I'm going to build a magazine that's way shorter. And this is a Nexus Pro X, which is a lot better, but still sticks out pretty far. And for precision shooting, you want to be able to put this thing down, and this is going to hit the table. So I need to get this up to here so that the handle is what's hitting the table instead of the actual magazine. So we're going to address those three items today in this video. And we'll start by disassembling this, and I'll show you the trigger group, and we'll fix the slam fire, or I'll show you the fix for that while we have it apart to do the dyeing process. So let's get started. We're going to take this thing apart right now. Disassembly starts with basically everything that just comes off. No tools. That comes off easy. We got our scope comes off. Again, no tools. Now we're going to take our barrel out, which is a threaded barrel on these. Simple. No tools. Look at that. Takedown pins. You guessed it. No tools. There's our spring. Plunger tube. We're going to take that apart. We do need to use tools to get this stuff apart. So, but here you can see the lower, and it's got the trigger set up in there with the slam fire mechanism, which we're going to pin and essentially prevent from moving. That way it will allow the trigger to move with every pull regardless of the position of the priming mechanism. So let's go ahead and now start to use tools. But really good takedown. You can see how it comes apart for cleaning really easily. You can do all your service and maintenance to this thing without having to use any tools at all, right in the field. That's good. So you can get to every part of this thing to clean it and upgrade it as you need to without any tools. Okay, so I'll just spare you the details. Let me take this all apart, get it stripped down and ready for the dyeing process. All right, here you can see we've got the entire blaster taken down. Every nut and bolt is off of it. All of these pieces are clear of anything else. And they're ready to take the die. So this should go fairly simply. We'll see. We've got everything off of it. And now we're going to boil up some water. And we'll put these in the boiling water with the die for a good 20-30 minutes, and we'll see what it looks like. All right, here we've got our parts sitting ready in this basin. And here's the die we're going to be using, just this typical RIT all-purpose die. So now we're going to put some boiling water in here to get that nylon ready to take this die. Then we'll put the die in. All right, while this is going, I'm going to leave this sit here for about, I don't know, 45 minutes, an hour. And while this is going, let's go and check out the mod we're going to do to fix the slam fire issue. All right, so while we're waiting for the die, here's the trigger group. This is your fender right here. And this thing is like a clamshell. It comes apart. We'll take it apart here. Just like that. And you can see this pin right here, which is what holds the slam fire in place. And it goes forward and back. And I've put, you can see right here, hopefully, I put a little filler pin to take up this space so that this can't slide anymore. And essentially it holds it forward all the way. And you can keep your spring in there and everything. And with that in place now, it won't lock out the trigger. The trigger will still be able to fire off even if the handle is not all the way forward. So once you do this, you have to remember that. But you can also deprime it now, which is kind of cool. All right, so the other thing I mentioned we were going to be doing was shortening a mag. So this is the stock mag length. You can see it's a fairly large, long-ass mag. And here's our shorter Nexus Pro X mag. So this is a 12 round versus the bigger, I think this is 15 round. And then, since we're doing precision shooting, we don't need 12 rounds. We need 6, 5, something like that. So I cut down one of these and I put some tape over just to hide the seam, but you can see where you see the seam right there where I glued it. And then this tape also is like a grip as well, so it's kind of cool. Goes with the whole tactical theme. This will hold 8 rounds, 9 rounds, but we're only going to be putting like 6 in it. But it's a lot shorter. You can see it's half the length of the original. So pretty straightforward. Like I said, I just cut it and then join the two pieces together, shorten the spring inside, so everything works as usual. So there's just a quick little trick you can do too if you want to get a shorter mag like I wanted. Not obviously practical for high intensity playing, but for what we're doing for precision shooting, this is perfect. And this allows the rifle or the blaster to actually like tilt at an angle instead of it getting jammed up on these when you're trying to shoot. All right, cool. So let's go check on the die. It's been about 40 minutes or so. We'll see how it's doing. All right, so these are chilling. Oh yeah, getting a good color on them. You can see. Nice. Okay, we'll give these another 10 minutes or so, and then I think we'll pull them out, rinse them off. Looking good so far. So here it is, out of the bin. We've got the die process done, and overall looks pretty good. As you can see, I went with this teal color to kind of go with the orange. Just like a real Florida theme, you know? I'm a Florida guy. Gotta keep it Florida here. So, overall, it looks decent. The areas that were kind of stained, you see a couple little spots that didn't take. It's kind of weird. But the spots that were stained originally are still still stained. But whatever, it gives it a little bit of a weathered look to it, and I'm okay with that. This thing's not going to be perfect forever, obviously. But anyway, it looks like it got everywhere. Pretty good. Inside every nook and cranny. Very, very consistently. So I'm pretty excited about that. I think it's going to look fantastic all back together. So let's put it together real quick. See what it does. All right, so here it is, back together. The final product, a teal unicorn tactical edition. I think it looks good. The orange really pops against that green, that teal. And it gives it a little darker look, so I don't think it's going to get as dirty as quick, even though it still has, you can see some of the splotching from the staining of grease and stuff before. I couldn't get that off. So next, if I do it again, I'd probably start with a completely fresh unicorn with no stains or anything. It would probably take a lot better and look overall better. But either way, I'm really happy with how it looks, the orange against the teal. Now let's test the functionality of this. So you can see that the trigger works one-handed now. So before you couldn't shoot it one-handed. So now we'll load it up, and one hand, no problem. There you go. So now it works one-handed. We don't have to worry about the slam fire function anymore. And the short mag looks really good. I like that. And one more, actually two more little things that I just did update. I added a pommel on the grip here. So I made that out of the extra stuff that came with the blaster. And this gives just a little bit more stability while shooting, especially for precision shooting. So that's going to be pretty cool. Another thing too is the window right here. So I opened up that window, cut that out so that I can see the chamber, and we can see if we have a round in there and a round left in the magazine. So just one more little extra thing done there. So this thing also has a name. One of the guys on a forum mentioned, because I said that this is a unicorn, but now it's this color, so it's a dolphin. And he said, so it's a narwhal whale. So yes, I like that. The name of this is Project Narwhal, and that's with a G in front. So it's like gnarly. Yeah, no. Narwhal. Hey, I'm old. Either way, I'm really having fun with this. Let's take a couple shots with it, see how it does with this setup. It's a really accurate, super accurate so far. So let's see how it does against some little 2-inch targets. Okay. So now we're at our 35-foot range here inside. Nice, cool air conditioning. And we're gonna try out the narwhal all set up now with everything dialed in. We'll see how accurate it is. Now that we've got it back together, I might have to adjust the scope a little bit, but it should be pretty close. So nothing else has changed really. Let's take a few shots and see if we can hit. These are 2-inch targets that I have set up with some paper towel wrapped around so I can see where they hit. But they're very small. So even at this range, 35 feet, they're difficult. I can't even hit them with normal sights without having a scope on any of my other blasters. So let's try the narwhal and see if we can hit it. first one. Ooh, I think that hit the base. A little low. Aim a little higher here. Let's see. Yep. There we go. Now let's try for the third one. A little bit right. Pretty close though. There you go. So, I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. We basically hit 4 out of 5. One was a little bit low and the other one was a little bit right, which on a 2-inch target, that translates to a no hit. But that's pretty good. We knocked down all 3 targets there. Technically, we hit it in 4 shots, but I'll take it. This thing is just awesome. God, it's good. So as you saw, the Narwhal is gnarly. It packs a good punch. 220, 230 FPS on these Saber T-darts. Pretty solid. These are my favorite. So far, out of all the darts that I've been testing, these have been my favorite. Within, 100 feet. If you're within 100 feet of the target, this thing is so good. If you start to reach out further than that, the heavy T-darts, probably a little better if you've got the punch to use them. So stay tuned. We're going to do more with the Kunlun. That's next. We're going to pump that up a little more. And we're going to hit some long range with that one. But I'm super stoked on the Unicorn. This is Project Narwhal, the XYL Unicorn Tactical Edition. All set up. Hopefully you guys enjoy the stuff that we did to it to set it apart from all the others. And maybe you've got one of your own. Let me know. Let me know what you're working on. Let me know if you like this, if you have one of these. And if you don't, pick one up. I'm telling you, this is a really solid blaster. Out of Darts has them in stock, ready to go. Pick one up yourself and do what I did. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I'd be happy to answer if I can, and hopefully get you into it. I'm into it. And I'll see you guys in the next one where we get the Kunlun off the wall and turn it up.